Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Monday. I feel like today has just been so crazy and so chaotic, so what a better way to just kind of cool everything down by doing a fall makeup look. So that's going to be my idea for today's video. I'm really excited about it. So if that's something that you're interested in, please feel free to subscribe, grab you something to drink, grab you something to eat, grab you whatever you need, get cozy, and let's get into it. So, the one thing I've done off camera is I did my brows per usual and I cleaned them up, and all the products that I use will be linked down below in the description box as always. So now let's do our skincare before we do our foundation and stuff. So for skincare, I'm going to go in with the QMS, the Active Glow Tinted Day Cream. I really like this stuff, guys. Really kind of softens everything, kind of gives you a good canvas for your primers and all your foundations and stuff, and I just used 2 pumps. I've been using this for about 2 weeks and I really love it. I think it's so nice. Guys, on the real, how nice do my earrings look? I'm like loving them. I bought them for Independence Day, 4th of July, that kind of thing, and I just love them. I wear them like a lot. I'm just fantastic. And with some primer. Oh, and today I'm going to use the Catrice Goodbye Pores Primer. I really love this stuff. It's like a soft blurring primer. Got a nice little creamsicle color to it. Put this in really everywhere. Kind of blend it, and it's got like a velvety feel to it. So nice. Love that. So yeah, that was an inexpensive product as well, so I really like that. So now that we have that done, we're going to kind of let these products soak into our skin as always, and we're going to start with our eye look. I'm so excited, guys. I love fall. It's my favorite. Pumpkin everything. I got my first pumpkin iced coffee from Dunkin' like 3 weeks ago. That was nice. Okay, so for our eyeshadow, we're going to go into the Violet Voss Essentials palette. These have some really nice tones to it, like that orange, these mocha browns. I'm just loving it. I used the green one time. Gorgeous. Anyways, so let's get into that. I've already primed my lids. Zoom you in. I already primed my lids. I just used some concealer. I've been loving that here lately because I'm in there cleaning up my brows anyways, so just kind of add that. Unless you want some more coverage and you want something that's going to make your eyeshadows last longer, then you'll want to use the eyeshadow primer. But I'm not too worried about it today because it is 8 o'clock at night. So let's kind of dive into that. Take my glasses off. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to want to set that concealer. I mean, it just adds an extra layer of color. Make sure it doesn't crease, which I usually don't have a problem with this kind of concealer. But it also helps the eyeshadows that you're going to pack on top blend much better, I feel. So we're going to go in and start with the sand color. Like a nice skin tone color. And this is also a really nice like starter palette, guys. Not even using any tapes today. Kind of want more of a smoked out look. So that's so nice. Do the same thing on the other side. How was your guys' Monday? I hope it was perfect. I know Mondays can be a drag sometimes, getting off of the work week, or off the weekend, but start a brand new fresh week. Are we ready for it or what? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with this what is it called? Dusty Rose. Kind of use the same brush. Try not to break your eyeshadows with your nails like I just did. I'm gonna kind of buff this all over because I really love this as a transition shade. I think it's just gorgeous. Adds like a perfect little something. And I'm kind of heavy-handed with my shadows. I use a little, actually with everything really. I use way more than I should. But it's so nice, in my personal opinion. So now we're going to go in and kind of deepen things up, and we're going to use that cinnamon shade. It's very dark. And look at that. Oh. We're just going to kind of buff this. And that with the Dusty Rose gives you a wonderful color. You're going to have some fallout. This is why I always do my eye looks first before my foundation and all that. Just kind of blending that out. Look at that. It's like a beautiful, like, hot chocolatey color. I love it. So do the same thing on the other eye. Kind of windshield wiper motions. And, you know, circular motions, really making sure that everything is blended beautifully. I apologize if I'm like all over the place, guys. I had an energy drink a couple hours ago and I feel like I'm bouncing all over the walls. And I feel like when you get up so early and you're working and, you know, you got all this stuff going on, you really needed something, you know, to kind of give you that extra pep to get you through the rest of the day. So that's been kind of what I've been doing here lately, if you wanted to know. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with that terracotta shade, which is going to be my star shade, because like I said, fall look. Let's get into it. And it's like, oh my god, it's like a pumpkin color. Freaking look at that. Oh, I need a better brush. I don't know what I was thinking with that. We're gonna go with the Luxie large shader brush, the 209. And I really need something that's going to pack that on. I don't know if I'm loving that or what. Sometimes I feel like you think something's gonna look so good and then you're like, oh, maybe not, you know? But you know, I kind of like it. I'm just iffy on it. For being totally honest. I think I'm gonna put a shimmer on it. I feel like when in doubt, when you don't know something looks good or you're kind of iffy on it, put a shimmer on it. It'd be great. It will be wonderful, darling. Wonderful. I'm just packing this on as usual. And if you get it a little all over the place, it's alright, we're gonna clean up. We're gonna clean up. Okay, so now for our shimmer, we're going to keep this Violet Voss vibe going, and we're going to dip into the Le Macaroon palette. And it's like just a plain shimmer palette. Like you have all different kinds of shimmers. This is like one of my go-tos if I don't have a shimmer in the previous palette that I'm using. But we're going to go into this beautiful shade. It doesn't have a name on it, which is kind of sucky, but it's like a burnt orange kind of thing. So we're going to take that, and I'm actually just going to use my finger. We're just going to kind of pop it. Although, let's get that wet and make it vibrant. Sometimes I feel like a finger works great. Other times I feel like you have to have the spray. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm saying. So, we're going to dip into just like a flat brush like that. Spray it. I'm using that Beauty dual spray. Drop a few things, you know. Gonna kind of dip into that palette. Oh yeah, that's nice. when you get it wet, it's like so nice. And I'm just kind of tapping this, and we will blend everything out in a minute. Okay, so then I'm just going to use that orange shader brush and just kind of, and it's like literally the exact same color, it just adds like that fall vibe, you know what I'm saying? That I'm loving right now. I mean, it's already starting to get colder in the mornings. Sweater weather. I'm just packing this on. I really want that nice shimmer. And like on one of them liquid shadows that work great too. I really enjoy using those. I'm going to take that Luxie shader brush and just ever so slightly kind of mix in them glitters. Oh my god, I'm loving this. So pretty. Actually, while we're in here, we're going to do our brow bone. I'm going to go into the first Violet Voss palette and use this cream shade. So freaking nice. I'm just using just the chiseled brush here. A little powdery if you don't wet it, but make it work. And I love that bright difference, you know what I mean? Especially when you have like a really colorful look, you really need that pop. I like that. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, so now we're gonna clean up, of course, because our face is looking like a hot mess. I'm still using these grapefruit wipes. I really like these. It doesn't irritate my skin or anything. You can even use a wipe to kind of give you like a sharper look. I'm loving it. And this one hair is being very stubborn. Okay, so that is wonderful. I'm loving the way that turned out. So let's add some liner. Let's dip in with this Hank&Henry pen in the shade Blickity Black. And we're just going to kind of freehand us a wing. I love this. It's so easy to work with. See what I'm saying? I'm not perfect at my wings. I'll be the first one to tell you. So don't stress out if it's not exactly how you want it to look. But I always feel like it's like my brows, you know? They're not identical. They're like fraternal sisters, you know? I can never get one to match the other. Maybe like once a year or something, you know? Like, see how different those look? Oh, I'm like over it. And I mean, this ain't like a super thick formula, so I mean, you can still see the glitters popping through, but it's okay. It's alright. Got that going for us. Yeah, I like that. I mean, if you wanted to do it a little more matte, you know what I mean? We can take, let me show you real quick. like a nice fine precision brush. This will work like a detailed liner brush. Kind of clean it up. Okay, so like one of these, this is actually the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH43 brush. I love this collab. I'm gonna go into that black shade, and we can just stamp this right where we have the liner. And it'll give us like a matter look. If you get a little bit above that line, it's okay because it'll just kind of smoke it. You know what I mean? You don't have to be super precise. In my opinion. Just putting that wherever we had the other, or the liner, and I feel like it just looks so good. So good. Okay guys, so that's that, and I'm gonna apply some lashes off camera. Alright guys, so the lashes are on. I think they look beautiful. I love this style. I've actually had them for a minute, so I think this will probably be the last wear. Always remember that lashes are reusable, guys, so don't throw them away after the first use because they can be expensive. But the kind that I'm wearing is by Lilly Lashes+BoxyCharm. I really love them. They're dramatic and fluffy and elegant, and they're like, these are like my favorite types of lashes. Those and the ones with the spaces in between, because you can really see the eye look. Like, loving that. So, I also tight lined. I'm still using that CoverGirl+Katy Perry Katy Cat Eye. It's getting kind of small. I'm almost about done with that, so might try a new eyeliner. So we're going to let that glue dry. And then we're going to move on to our face. So we're going to pop our glasses on. I feel like that's the hardest struggle, is having glasses. Like, sometimes it's so rough. Let me zoom you out a little bit. I feel like that's a little much. Apologize for that. So for foundation, we're just going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I'm in the shade 122 cream beige. I'm always some kind of beige. And the only thing I don't like about this, like, this is an awesome foundation for super cheap, but it doesn't have a pump, squeeze, nothing. So I, unfortunately, you have to put it on the back of your hand, brush it on with your brush, your sponge, whatever suits you, whatever fits your fancy. And I'm actually going to use a brush because I have a lot of product on my fingers, and if I don't, I'll probably get glue, or not glue, but glitter everywhere. So I'm just going to go in with the, who's this by, Beautē? No. Real Techniques, and this is their light layer highlighter. I don't like this as a highlighter brush. I've tried it. It doesn't pick up no product at all. So I feel like this would be great just to kind of take care of your foundation, you know? So it's kind of what I'm feeling today. Yeah, let's start with that much, and I'm still using, as always, if you watch my channel, you know this is my Ride or Die sponge. It's the E.L.F. Total Face Sponge, super cheap, like $4 or $5, I think, or maybe it's 10 for 2, something like that. Blending this out. I think my son's listening to me, and we're just gonna pounce this into the skin, dab it away. And I know, don't worry guys, I will take my glasses off. I just feel like you guys get a better video when I do it this way. When I wear my glasses as long as I can, because I can see you, you know? So if I can see you, I can look at you, and it's just all around better. Don't need a whole lot on my nose because I feel like my glasses takes most of it off anyways, but you can't forget the nose by any means. Like, see that? I feel like we need a little bit more, and that's like a perfect match for me too. Like, I was so impressed with how good it matched. Just blending this out. Don't mind my facial expressions. They're so bad sometimes. Guys, I feel like this is like perfect. Is it just me or what? Last little bit on my hand. That's totally optional, by the way. I just hate to waste, you know? I still want it to look good, but I hate to waste. It's like one of my pet peeves. So I'm going to apply some chapstick. And I'm just using the hydrating chapstick, so I can't see, there's no lid on it. These are really, really nice, especially if you're wearing a mask all day or if you just get really dry lips, especially in the winter time. That is a lifesaver. Because I'm loving that fall look. It's like a burnt orangey. I feel like it needs a little bit of red, but we can do fall looks for the next 2 months. So anyways, and by the way, guys, if there's any kind of video you want me to do, any tutorials, anything like that, just let me know down in the comments and I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Because eventually I'm going to run out of ideas, you know? Okay, so let's go on with concealer. This is the same concealer that I used to clean up. It's the E.L.F. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm in the shade Light Peach. It's like the best. Trying to get it under my glasses. I smeared it. Of course. Yeah, this is a really good concealer, guys. It doesn't give you a white cast or anything like that. It has a really good shade range. Doesn't crease or anything like that. I'm just going to drag the excess product up in my forehead because I didn't get that part. But I feel like if I do all the areas, I use so much that I overdo it. So I try not to do that. Just blending this out. You can use a brush too if that's what you're into. I just don't like to use a brush with my cream products because I feel like it kind of leaves me you can see the brush strokes, you know what I mean? And that's not cute. So, now that we have that all blended out and looking fabulous. Yeah, that looks so good. Okay, so now we're going to set that. And to set my powders, I'm still using the Ciaté London Everyday Vacay powder. When I run out of this, I will try another one. Sorry if you get sick and tired of seeing the same powder every video. I switch between this and the Becca Hydra Mist. That's nice too, especially in the heat. Oh, so nice. So I just put some in the cap because it's got a little sifter. And I just dip my sponge right into it. I feel like if I use a brush for my powders, it doesn't do near enough, you know? Like it just gives it like a dusting over top, whereas this kind of pounces everything in. I mean, that's just personal preference, but use whatever tool you need, obviously. Okay, so, and the excess, I just dab right back into the sifter. Like I said, waste not, want not. So, for the rest of the face, to set all that foundation and stuff like that, I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Face Pressed Powder in the shade Soft Honey. Really like this. It gives me a nice wash of color. And I'm using the E.L.F. powder brush. It's like my favorite. Inexpensive, and it's just so big and fluffy. Helps kind of wash away the excess powder if you have any. If you're baking or whatever. I do like to bake every now and then. I just haven't done it forever. Kind of mix this everywhere. And look at that. It's just so beautiful. I'm looking at this like it's got a mirror. Girl, please. So, now that we have our powders done, we are going to move on into the rest of our facial products. And I do believe I can put my glasses on a little bit. Like, oh, look at that. It's perfect. Perfect amount of brightness and then perfect just amount of flawless. You know what I mean? So now we're going to go into our first we're gonna rewind. I'm going to contour, but I'm gonna use the Hoola Benefit bronzer to contour with because it is a little bit dark for me. So I like to use this to contour my face on up. So I'm using the Luxie 512 small contouring brush. Super nice. I love that gradient. It was like one of my first products in my BoxyCharm box. And I'm excited for that too, guys. That video is coming up. Oh, guys, I have so much content that I'm so excited about it. Nice, nice. Nice little chisel look. My dryer's done if you can't hear it. I feel like it's so hard to kind of juggle life in general. You know what I mean? Especially when you got kids and you work and they play sports and you got homework. And I tip my hat off to anybody who's doing homeschooling right about now. I really do, because I couldn't even imagine. Anybody watching football? I know it was like the second game, or everybody's played, but you know what I mean? It just started. It was kickoff week. Really exciting. Let me know down in the comments what your guys' favorite teams are. I feel like it's going to be a good season. And I will tell you, I am a Patriots fan and a Bengals fan. I know it's crazy to be both, but I am. And when Cam Newton nodded off to the guy from Black Panther, I thought that was so nice. Like, really sweet, because I love his movies. Like, Black Panther and the Marvel movies are like becoming my new favorites. Okay, so that looks so good. Alright, now to bronze the rest of our face, we're going to go in with the Ace Beautē Bronzed in Paradise palette. Love this palette, guys. I got it in a BoxyCharm box, and to be honest, I've used a few of their eyeshadow palettes. A couple I've liked, a couple of them I haven't. So I was really nervous about this, but this is like the best bronzer palette, I swear. Like, even if you want to do like lashes and a bold lip and you need just a little wash of color, even these are great in the crease. Like, I've used them before that way, and it's like the best. So we're gonna go with a bronzer brush. I'm gonna mix these two shades. Don't mind my palette, it's a little dingy looking. I'm a little rough. We're just going to kind of blend this out, and it's going to help to blend out our contour, make it look effortless and seamless and natural, which is exactly what we want. I always bronze my neck. Hit the earrings about 50 times. And this is like a great bronzer brush. I got this from Shein. They have like a little mermaid collection. And it's so nice, so fluffy, and they're inexpensive as well. Kind of get my nose a little bit. Kind of get the forehead. I feel like I need to get my nose a little bit better than that. Just to kind of blend everything out. Once again, we're looking for the seamless look, you know what I mean? Nothing harsh. So there's that. We're all nice and bronzed up, chiseled, and fabulous. So then we're going to go in with some blush. And I figured with this nice fall look with the smoke and the browns and the bronzes and stuff like that, that a nice, like one of these will be gorgeous. Or this. Nothing too pinky. Something kind of natural. You know what I mean? So I'm dipping into the Alamar Cosmetics. What is this called? Colorete Blush Trio. I love the little trio. So nice. You just get so much of a variety. I'm loving that. So I'm using the Alamar Cosmetics Alamar Cosmetics bronzer brush. I mean, just because it says bronzer brush does not mean that's what you have to use it for. I'm just going to dab this. I love to use a stippling brush like this for my blushes because I feel like it just does such a better job than any other brush, like a domed brush. And see how that gives you like such a natural, just like a toasted cinnamon kind of thing. And it goes really good with the eye look that we have rocking today. I do a little bit on my nose because I'm a little extra, or a lot. So that's super nice, guys. Nice palette there. I'm loving that. And then for highlight, I'm going to dip into something a little different, and we're going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow. I have like the whole collection on this. There are highlighters, there are blush lighters, and then they have something else. I don't remember. But yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're just kind of, I'm going to use this one because I feel like it just goes with the look that we have going on today. And I'm going to go with my Milani brush there. And it's very subtle. Like, it's not a lot. So if you're wanting something kind of blinding, this will not be for you. But you see that? Just a nice little subtle glow. Like a glow from within kind of thing. Not too much, but like she's glowing, but not like beaming from outer space or nothing. See that? Especially on my nose, it really shows up really good. So yeah, there's that. And this is also an inexpensive product if you're looking for a natural highlighter that you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on. Like, I literally got that from Dollar General. So there's that. So we're going to go ahead and set the face, and we're going to finish everything up. Still using the Beautē. I have another setting spray. I don't have very many, to be honest. But like I said, I try to use my products up before I get into new ones. The other one I use a lot is the Urban Decay All Nighter. It's really nice for, like, if you want it to stay put for a long time. But like I said, since it's late, I don't feel the need. So we're going to dip back into this Essentials palette from Violet Voss. And I do believe I'm just going to take that burnt orange and just smudge it all over. Because I don't want that orange to get lost. Because I feel like with the browns and stuff, it kind of did. So I really want to reinforce that. And I'm just going to use the Luxie Petite Crease brush. Nice little fluffy brush. We're just going to kind of smudge that. Like all over from liner to the corner of your eye. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of give you that extra little something. Just something extra. And I like some dramatic under the eye action. Sometimes. Other times I don't like anything at all. It just depends on the mood, I feel like. So now to finish everything up, we're going to do some inner corner highlight. I'm going to go back in. Yeah, let's use that cream color that we used for our brow bone. Dig into that. And I'm using the Morphe & Jaclyn Hill JH39 brush. This is such a good collection, guys. I don't even know if it's still available. But I hope it is, because you should pick it up. It's awesome. And inexpensive. But they have the best all over the lid brush, the JH30. Oh, loving it. So there's that. I feel like that's not as bright as the other one. There we go. And now we're going to finish up with some liner and some mascara. For my lower lash line, or my waterline, I'm going to use white. Just to kind of make everything pop. I don't feel, I mean, brown would be nice, but I don't feel like brown looks very good. Like, it like disappears in my waterline, no matter what color I use, or what brand I use. And I'm just using the BFF Cream Gel Liners in the shade Exit. It's like the best white. And it really opens everything up. So there's that, and then let's finish off with some mascara. I'm going to dip into the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. This is really nice. Got the perfect wand, and it's kind of bowed out like that, you see? And I feel like it's perfect for my lower lash line. See how it kind of makes everything pop? I think it's great for the lower lash line just because the design of that brush, fabulous. Alright guys, so all that's left is our lip combo. Guys, so we're going to dig into like a nice vampy lip. I think it'll really go really nice with this fall look that we have. So I'm going to dip into the Kaha Cushy Vibe lip stain. And I mean, this stuff lasts like forever, I feel like. It's so hard to get off. Wipe my lips off from that balm. I feel like if I leave the balm on, like everything just kind of smears everywhere. I'm not going to use no liner or anything. I'm going to get kind of bold. Oh, look at that. And it's so soft and so creamy. It's everything. And it's got a nice little applicator to where you can really line with it. And I love that. Like not having to use an extra product, you know? Sorry guys. How nice does that look? I feel like the look altogether is just everything. Yeah, okay guys, so that is everything. I really hope you enjoyed this video. You guys have a great night. I feel like I'm so bad at you know, endings, but thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Yeah, bye.